My name's Tommy, and I'm a recovering heroin addict. I definitely had some mental health struggles. Even if I think back to like first and second grade, when I would walk into a classroom, I would immediately think that everybody was laughing at me and talking about me. Basically, I had really bad social anxiety from a young age. That haunted me pretty much all through elementary school, middle school, high school. So when I found marijuana for the first time, right before my freshman year of high school, that first time I got high, it quieted all those voices in my head, all those negative thoughts and feelings, they all went away. Sophomore year of high school, I ended up injuring my back playing football, and I got a prescription of opioid painkillers. And I went home and I took a few of those, and that was like, that like put me on a whole nother level. All the other stuff that I had been using did quiet those voices for a short period of time. What we know now is that painkillers do a better job of killing mental and emotional pain than they do killing physical pain. I was always a great athlete. I don't think that I ever really fully lived up to my potential because of the drugs and alcohol that I was using, even before I ended up getting in trouble for it. But it definitely, ruined what could have been a at least collegiate football career for me. And when that happened, I just felt like I had nothing left. After high school was when things took a big turn. All of my friends, like my actual friends that I grew up with and played football with, they all went off to college, and I saw them going in, playing college football and working on their degrees and starting families and like starting their life. And I'm still at home in my mom's basement, eating all these pills every day, feeling bad about myself, feeling sorry for myself, and not knowing how to deal with that. And then one day I wake up and I call the guy that I'm buying all these pills from, and he ends up, the day before that, he ended up going to jail for selling pills. Called somebody else, and he said, I don't know where to get any pills, but I know where to get some heroin. And then that was the first day that I ever did heroin. And I immediately became addicted to not just the heroin, but the needle also. In March of 2018, I was living in my car, spending most of my time in South Bend because that's where I got the majority of my heroin from. And it had gotten to the point where nobody trusted me with their money anymore. I was tired of stealing stuff from people and pawning it, so I just started trying to rob the drug dealers that I was buying heroin from. I'm up in South Bend. I call one of these guys and ask him to meet me. He tells me where to go. I go meet him there. I get in his car, and it's like a 16-year-old kid. And I didn't want to assault this kid, which is how I normally got away with robbing drug dealers. So I just tried to grab all of the heroin that he had sitting on his lap. So I grabbed that. I've got the other bag that I pretended like I was gonna buy from him in my hand. I've got my phone in my hand, and I'm trying to get out of the car. And while I'm trying to get out of the car, he reaches down on the side of his seat, pulls out a gun, and I saw it out of the corner of my eye. So I threw my hand up, I hit his gun, and as soon as I hit it, he pulled the trigger. I didn't know that it hit me. So we get into a little scuffle. I get out of the car, get back in my car, and I'm just sitting there like, kind of in shock that just happened. And then I look down and I see that my shoulder is just covered in blood. And then that was when I realized that he did shoot me. Not only did I not want to go to the hospital because I knew that the police would show up if I went to the hospital, but the main thing was I had a bag of heroin. And that was the only thing that I cared about. I didn't care about, the hole that was in the back of my head or anything that happened to that guy. The only thing that mattered to me at that time was that I went and got high, so then I could think and figure out what I needed to do. So I had lost every job, every healthy relationship, all the relationships with my friends and family, all of that was gone. I literally owned nothing in this world. Even the clothes that I had, it's not like I bought them for myself. I could be homeless and starving, it didn't matter as long as I had a bag of heroin, because my brain tells me that's what I need to survive. So when I got to the bottom of that bag of heroin, I knew that I could probably get high for 2 more days, or I could just do it all and not wake up. So that's what I did. I did it all and expected to not wake up. And then I woke up about 15 hours later. So after I woke up that last time, that's when I realized I needed to do something different. And so I called my aunt. My aunt came and picked me up. I slept at her house that night. And the next morning I was on my way back to rehab for the 7th time. And I was just at that point where I was like all in. I had never been like that before. So I would always volunteer to answer the questions. I would volunteer to read when we had anything to read. And that led to them asking me if I would co-facilitate a relapse prevention group one day. So I said, yeah, sure, why not? And after I did that, there was about 4 or 5 guys that were in that group that came up to me afterwards and said, hey, the way that you explained this, I really understood that. You know, what the group facilitator was saying didn't really make sense to me, but the way you explained it, I got it. For the first time ever, without putting any substances in my body, I felt good. I was like, okay, maybe I can figure out a way to use everything that I've been through to try to help somebody else. And that's all I've been trying to do since that day. So it started out with just Fort Wayne Recovery, which is our outpatient program, and we really wanted to be able to offer the full continuum of care to our clients. And that's what led to the opening of Allendale Treatment in August of 2020, which is our inpatient detox and residential facility. For me and for a lot of people, they need that full continuum of care. They need more than just 30 days. They need more than just an outpatient program. It's the combination of the two. That's where we really see people become successful. So the programming we offer at Fort Wayne Recovery includes partial hospitalization, intensive outpatient and outpatient services, and we offer sober living to the clients in our program as well. At Allendale Treatment, this is our inpatient facility where we offer detox and residential services for pregnant women, as well as primary mental health services. Also here at Allendale, we pride ourselves with our ability to take people who may be medically frail, who may need IVs because of a higher blood alcohol content, or traditionally may need a hospital to treat them. So when I think back to my life, when I first started heavily abusing drugs, and compare it to where I'm at now, first of all, I never could have imagined the life that I have right now. And I don't think that I would have the life that I do right now had it not been for programs like Allendale and Fort Wayne Recovery. If you're looking for help for yourself or for a loved one, please visit AllendaleTreatment.com.